Okay, so we're getting some little tricky stuff here going on. When I set my camera to not show, it's there's like a bug or something. So I'll set my camera to not show visible, and then it's actually not saving or something like that, which is kind of alarming for people who have been met with issues related to wanting to show their face. So there's people who don't want to show their face for reasons that I could never imagined in my life, but I do now. And, so now in the past, they'd always said that people in foreign countries could actually be fatally harmed if they got on camera. Now, the thing I'm wondering though, why would the people who are controlling them let them go on camera to begin with? Or how would they get access to phones and things like that in foreign countries to go on camera? I mean, why would their leaders be letting them go on camera? That's something I've just been kind of asking. Now, I wanted to address the issue of first responders and heat exhaustion because this is a real legitimate issue that I've always kind of asked. So, for example, when you have first responders in the summertime and they are fighting fires, which are hot to begin with, they have on their hot uniforms, which is something heavy duty that's fire retardant to prevent them from uh, burning up. To save their life, but at the same time, when they have on all that heavy equipment, they are going to suffer from heat exhaustion. Uh, wearing all that heavy fire retardant fireman uniform and everything. Oh, you guys must know what I'm talking about. The fire retardant uniform that the firefighters wear. And so I must not have used a good title in my video. I'm thinking I didn't. I'm pretty positive I did not use a good title in my video. Um, oh, I got one person. Hello, one person is finally here. So we're talking about first responders and some of the things that. Well, hello, Rafat Batul. I'm not your best friend. I don't know why you keep saying that. I am not your best friend. And so you don't have to say that. You're back like a bad disease is really what I'm feeling like. That you're probably one of these goons from a foreign country that someone else hired to do stuff on YouTube, and then they deploy you to channels like me so that they don't have to deal with you anymore. But I say it's okay for what? I don't know what you're talking about. What's okay? I never said it's okay. What I said is that you guys are spam. That's what I have said, that most people consider you spam because when you just put bestie on there all the time, we don't want to hear that repeated. That's just like saying subscribe. And at Pascal, I don't, it's like you guys were hired by a corrupt organization. You were hired by a corrupt media organization from the United States, which was Disney. Why don't you go talk to the people at Disney? Because I have not paid you anything, and I'm not going to because I don't have a budget to. And so I don't know what you all are trying to do because there's no working together under these circumstances at all because of the fact that you're in another country. You're supposed to be promoting the business in your country. You're not supposed to be harassing American citizens just trying to get famous now in your own country. And that's all you guys are doing, is that you just want to make money off of people in the United States, off of advertising. Well, let me ask you this. What good is it going to do for an advertisement of politicians in the United States to show up on your videos in foreign countries. You can't vote. You can't vote in the United States. So once we have election season, I mean, I don't know, maybe this would be a lesson for the politicians, their own self too. So if we have another election, then maybe all the United States election videos should go out to foreign people in foreign countries, since that's the kind of thing that's taking place. And then we get stuck with people who really aren't interested in what we're doing. So that's the artificial inflation of it all. I never said it's okay. What I said is that if you have something you actually want to talk about, but what you're doing is spam. That's all you're doing is spam. Oh, hi, bestie. That's not a fucking conversation. And so that just means that somebody from another country has people that they have on the internet now from foreign countries. That has caused a problem. So you guys really need to listen to the foreign election interference conversations that's been going on in the United States for a very long time. So the foreign election interference conversations related to the FBI is exactly about what you're doing right now. So you guys were given little note cards and things to repeat things. I'm sure you've heard of PewDiePie from Disney. And so he was one of them. He was one of the worst offenders who was doing that because he could. And so he ended up with millions and millions of followers on his YouTube channel. And so someone was pointing out on the videos that you guys do in your foreign countries, you can't even speak English, but you have little note cards. And you're reading off of those note cards, which the algorithm does understand. Even though it's not perfect English, the algorithm does understand it. And so then it hears you being repetitive with the spam. And so that's what's taking place. So someone could just send you guys, why don't you contact the politicians if you want money? So I'm going to tell you this. Instead of bothering me, why don't you bother the politicians in the United States? You guys are foreigners. Contact the politicians in the United States and tell them they're never going to be politicians again unless they give you money to advertise their political agenda. That might be a wake-up call for the politicians. You guys can do this. Pull it off. Stop bothering me. It would be great to have someone to have real conversations with instead of people just bothering me, people from foreign countries and kids just bothering me just because they're being assholes and someone else put them there just to be an asshole to me. That's what I'm thinking. So contact the politicians. I never said it's okay. I never said spam is okay. I don't want to hear that because I'm not your bestie. I don't want anything to do with you. I know that probably comes across mean and harsh, but it's just a fact. I don't want anything to do with foreigners. In fact, Donald Trump is building prisons to put foreigners in. You guys should be aware of that because Donald Trump has already started building prisons to put foreigners in. And he's putting them in the prisons right now as we speak. He's already said that. He's putting the foreigners in the prisons. So you guys should know that they're building more prisons for foreigners as they come to the United States. And so all you're doing is being disruptive because you want to put something out there that someone else paid you to. That's called paid influencing. What you're doing from foreign countries in Russia, the Russia troll farming, you're paid influencing is what you are. You're paid influencers because someone from a legacy media company, actually it was a YouTuber who was working with Disney. And then they hired foreign influencers because he lived in a foreign country. PewDiePie lived in a foreign country. In France, was my understanding. I think he lived in France. And he made lots and lots of money. And so he lived in a foreign country. He doesn't have to abide by American rules. And so he paid people to say a lot of nasty things about America. But he's in a foreign country. I think PewDiePie should go to prison. I mean, why hasn't the United States government gotten rid of PewDiePie from being a YouTuber, or just redirected his channel to France, so people from France are the only ones who can watch him. Because it's like whatever's going on right now, it's really not that much fun. We're just talking about a bunch of crap that's meaningless garbage and doesn't amount to anything, and that's why people are so upset, because of the fact that they can't connect with the people that they used to connect with. I know I used to connect with some great people. Most of them were great. That's what I thought. Most of them were great. Um, Not anymore, because I just get a bunch of foreigners. I don't even know them. I have no plans on getting to know them. And see, that's what they were telling me when someone hired the foreigners. They were like, well, I'm really not interested in your content. It's boring. That's what they're saying about, they were only interested in people giving stuff away. That's the only thing that foreigners are interested in. Is people giving stuff away. So when someone goes to your channel and you have a giveaway on it, they're not interested in you. They're only interested in the giveaway. And that's the type of engagement that advertisers have created when they have giveaways and people willingly sign up and give them their personal information. That's the only reason they're signing up. But then, most Americans don't realize when you sign up for a giveaway or something free, that you're giving away your personal information too. And I know when I was a kid, I didn't think about that. I sure didn't. I didn't think about that I was giving away my parents' personal information for advertisers, for them to sell my mom and dad's information. And it's the same thing when you're adult. It's unlikely that you're ever going to win anything, because it's just like they might have one prize. And so there's and Microsoft has done this too. Microsoft still does it with Bing. They actually, what is it that they do? Microsoft has points, but it's like you have to be there for years and years and years right now trying to win anything. And so on Bing, I've been signed up, and so it's like you have to search something every day. And it's like, well, and then you can use the points to sign up for a gift. And it's like, well, why do I want to waste my points on one gift? And, to me, it sounds like money laundering, what they're doing through Bing. Because, so I have to use the points, or basically I'm paying for something. So Microsoft is incentivizing Bing, through Bing, the Microsoft, what's the name? Microsoft Edge. So they're incentivizing, and it sounds to me like it's money laundering through the web pages. And so when you have well, let me look and see how many points that I have on Edge here on the Microsoft browser. What it used to be called Internet Explorer. Okay, let me see how many. I have 26,041 points. And so there's puzzles. It says I'm so close to getting 1,000 points, whatever that means, but I have to search for specific things. I have to search for things that a worker was arrested for fraud where was this at? I get at Chuck E. Cheese. So I think I get maybe 5 points for looking at this article. So this article is incentivized in Microsoft Bing. When I click on the Chuck E. Cheese, then it goes towards my daily points. Worker arrested for fraud at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not even going to bother reading the article because I'm really not that interested in it. I just wanted the points. Won't seek re-election. Who won't seek re-election? I hope my points. Yeah, my points are adding up there. Whoever this guy is, he says he won't seek re-election. Carted off the practice field. I don't want to look at that one. Jazz legend Chuck Mangione passed away and died. I think I got points for that one. Let's see. Now I can't click on the same ones. Rapper arrested. Some woman, Gorilla Girl. She might be the one who put the Gorilla Glue in her hair. It looks like Gorilla Glue was arrested in Georgia, is what it says. And then Burrell died by suicide. So this woman who, she looks a little bit like Ellen DeGeneres in Pink. She looks kind of like a toss-up between Ellen DeGeneres and Pink. She died. And, so I'm just getting points here because I'm incentivized to get points, but it's not going to amount to anything. But Bill Gates can be money laundering with this as far as I'm concerned. Because the points count for something. And so basically what they're saying is that if you want to get into this giveaway, you have to forfeit your points to sign up for a giveaway of something that you're probably not going to win. It's most likely you're not going to win anything or get anything anyway. And you have to have like thousands and thousands of points. And so you have to be searching the internet every day. So this woman, Anne Burrell, cause of death revealed after Food Network star dies at 55. She died at the age of 55. But she looks a little bit like Pink and Ellen DeGeneres, the two pictures that I saw. That's kind of what she looked like a little bit. And so let's see what else is on here. There's been some type of shooting at UNM campus. I have no idea where they're... Oh, the University of New Mexico. Another shooting. There's shootings every day. And so, but I like to put my opinion in on things, and I like to teach along the way too. Oh, what's this? Oh, they put a new woman in on 60 Minutes. Who is she? Tanya Simon or whatever her name is. She kind of looks like a younger version of Andrea Mitchell. But I'm not going to be watching 60 Minutes because I think it's a show that should end. I really think 60 Minutes should end, because they're just basing the 60 Minutes off of, it's not even 60 Minutes. You're not even really getting 60 Minutes because of the fact that when they break away to commercial, you're not getting a full 60 Minutes. So, so it's just a trend that they've created. Let me see if I've made my points up today here on Microsoft. Almost there. I've got 3 searches. I met that. Read Outlook emails. Read 3 emails. What? No, I've got to read emails in Outlook. Well, let me see if I even have any. I don't know any, but I'm going to look at Gardener Supply. Okay, so Gardener Supply. Hopefully I'm getting points for this. Let's see if it's connected to even work. I hope it is. Okay, there's one email. Here's a second email. They got some pretty stuff in here. A Bluetooth water timer for outside. That's for people who have a house. Another Gardener water supply. That's really pretty. The outside. This is stuff that would have been fun when I was younger and in better shape. And I had a house to be able to do this stuff in. It would be great, but it's really, really expensive. Everything I look at with Gardener Supply is very, very expensive. But they do have some cool stuff. $219 for a modern arch. That's entirely too much. Let me see if I got my points here. Okay. Let me see. Are you going to pop up here? Okay. Okay, so it hasn't showed up yet. Okay, let me see if... Okay. Well, I can't get in. I can't log into Outlook. That part never really worked. Well, let me see if there's an email that it must be talking about an email on the internet, but I have a hard time logging into it. No, so I can't actually get into the email. Test your smarts. Okay, let's see what my smarts are today. And so this is how you're manipulating more of the internet. Which animated movie reboot premiered in theaters recently? Well, there's a picture, so I'm going to guess the Smurfs because there's a picture of the Smurfs. 80% got this right. Okay, so the next question is, which footballer transferred to Brentford to Manchester United for £65 million in July? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just going to guess A. Not Nani Manduki. That's his name, Nani Manduki. I got it wrong. Some guy named Brian Mabibo. Next question. Oh, it took me to a quiz. I don't want to play your quiz. I mean, because you got too many pop-ups there, and I don't like that. Oh, what's the next question? Which day was celebrated as National Moon Day in the U.S.? July 20th? 44% got that right, so I did get that one right. I believe that July 20th is a moon landing. Okay, so let me see what other questions. So this is manipulating the internet right here with these quizzes and things like that with people who think that they're actually going to get something. You know, you're just adding up a bunch of points and then you never get enough points to actually get anything. Green economy. I did get points for that, but I'm not really, it's not really I've been doing this for like 3 years now. I decided to put the points on just to see how long it takes to actually get something. And I've got a current balance of 4 cents, whatever that means. Redeem cash back. So I've got 4 cents. I'm not even sure how I would get the 4 cents. Ready to redeem 1 penny for Domino's Pizza. That's what it says. Ready to redeem 1 penny for Domino's Pizza. Isn't that kind of crazy? 1 penny for Domino's Pizza. Okay, so I completely wandered away from yeah, so I guess the title in my video is not amounting to anything right now. So I'm going to end this video. Oh no, maybe I won't. I have one person watching right now. So let's go back in here and see what else that I can do. I think there is so I completed my test, my smarts. What's the daily poll? Okay, the daily poll. Which interior design style do you prefer? Traditional furniture or modern? Well, I don't have a picture related to what traditional is and what modern furniture. I'm just going to say traditional because it was built better. Traditional furniture, everybody picked traditional furniture because it was built better, I think. You earned 10 Microsoft points. Yippee! Kayak! Coyote! Bow wow 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 wow. Okay, let's see what the next one is. 2 more days to go before unlocking your 45-point bonus. Oh, I forgot about that. If I do it so many days in a row, then I get a bonus. So now I'm exploring on Bing. But this is shopping, I think, and I'm not going to buy anything. So if I want additional points for some things, I have to shop for something, and I'm not going to do that. Search on Bing to complete this. Search on Bing to complete this activity. So let's see what I'm searching for. I'm wondering. Yeah, I did get a point here for that. Oh, FCC clears Skydance merger, whatever that is. So there's some Paramount and Skydance merger. FCC approves an $8 billion Paramount Skydance merger and lengthy review. So I'm wondering if they're going out of business, because if Paramount and Skydance are merging, it sounds to me that Paramount is another, because they used to be a media company, so they must be going out of business. So that means someone else is going to be owning the movie rights to Paramount, their intellectual property. I'm just wondering how long before Disney actually goes out of business. That's what I'd like to know, because I think Disney on ABC should go out of business. The theme park, I think, was okay. It was adequate and okay but with what they did with creating the media part of it, they created a lot of problems, so they just wanted to take over everything in every news cycle. And they're a big problem. And so I believe that Disney has a conservative side as well, and I'm going to tell you what that conservative side is. That's the churches. So they got critically attacked related to the DEI, but they also have the churches in Jacksonville. Disney does. And so they're out of Orlando is what they're out of. And and they're probably in other places too that I have no idea where they're even at. I know they even talked about a prison choir at one time. Cash Patel talked about some kind of prison choir. I need to search for something else. What else should I search for? Tour de France. Did I get points? I sure did get points for the Tour de France. Now, how many more points do I have to get since I'm doing this? Check the Bing app. No, I don't know that I have that. Learn songs, lyrics to songs. Okay, how do I do that? Learn lyrics to songs. What are they wanting me to do there? Search on Bing. Oh, they want us to search on Bing now for lyrics of favorite songs because we do that so much on Google. Now Bing wants, it's like I don't get enough points or incentive. So I'm incentivized by YouTube, in potentially earning revenue that way. But I'm not currently earning any revenue at all. And now Microsoft just doesn't want us earning anything. They just have points up there for things that we can't even get now they want us to translate. Microsoft really doesn't have anything. Prepare for the weather. How do we prepare for the weather? What kind of song should I look for? The song, words to God Bless America. Let's look up God Bless America. That came up. The words to God Bless them. God bless America. I can't find the words. They are missing on the internet, and we can't find them at all. They are not here for us to see. They are long gone in the sky. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Okay, there. I sang some, I changed the words to the song, so I made it my own song. Irving Berlin. Just a cute rabbit, 1, 2, 3. Just a cute rabbit, 1, 2, 3. What is it you are seeking for me to say there, sir? I know you're trying to get me to say something about a type of a rabbit. I think I pulled a rabbit out of my hat. Or is it the other kind of rabbit that I'm in avoidance? Is SpongeBob, is your childhood? Oh, from SpongeBob from Bikini Bottoms. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, let's look up the lyrics to SpongeBob SquarePants. That would be fun because I don't know the lyrics to that song. And and kids songs are lyrics. What would help if I put in a song instead of, I can't just type lyrics into the search and expect a song to come up without saying what song it is, and that's what I just did. I just typed lyrics because my brain is talking and trying to search at the same time, and I just typed in lyrics and didn't put the rest of the song in. SpongeBob theme song. Okay. Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Absorbent and yellow and porous as he? SpongeBob SquarePants. If nautical nonsense be something you wish, SpongeBob SquarePants. Then drop on the deck and flop like a fish. SpongeBob SquarePants. Now, I never knew the lyrics to that song before. And so I just learned it now. So I knew it was kind of an annoying song. So there's a lot of songs. There's a lot of things that I watched that my kids loved to watch when they were kids. And so they are in my adult childhood. Y'all talking about, yes, we're talking about cartoons. Apparently there's a sweater song. Wait a minute. Let's look at the Portuguese translation because there's a Portuguese translation, I think, to SpongeBob. Is that? Yeah, it is. Um, Vocus esto prontus crianas. Um, Estamos capital. And now ovi diartol. Estamos capitol. Vivinum abe coxi amora namor. Bob esponja colica quadradra. Okay, so Bob Esponja, it must be SpongeBob in Portuguese. That's what we're reading in as Portuguese. Bob Esponja Calca Quadra. Bob Esponja Calca Quadra. Bob Esponja Calca Quadra. Bob Esponja Calca Quadra. Y'all talking about, okay, I already read that. What I need to do is put my all messages so I can see if I'm missing any comments, which I'm not. Okay, so we found SpongeBob in Portuguese. Let's see what other language we should look at SpongeBob in that could be important to people around the world other than English. And I knew they were doing this and, translating. Let's look at Italian. Translate. Okay, are we translating? Oh, this is fun. This is almost funny. Lo siamo capitano non ho sentito bene. Lo siamo capitano o. Vivere son us on us vivere nel mar. SpongeBob SquarePants. Edi color gallo ascesa aqua. SpongeBob Square Pantaloni. So it's giving us two there. They're calling him SpongeBob Pantaloni. Sinon si sono schiacces es aquello chi voi. SpongeBob Square Pantaloni. Maple Molzia iguai con I pesky SpongeBob Pantaloni. Tutti insieme SpongeBob Pantaloni. SpongeBob Square Pantaloni. So they're calling him a Pantaloni. Sponge Square Pantaloni. Square Pantaloni. Oh, there's a book. Unlimited access to 100 million songs on Amazon Music. So we can listen to SpongeBob Square Pantaloni in Italian. I believe that, yes, that's what I translated this to, was Italian. Oh my goodness sakes. This is just so insane. Okay, well, maybe I need to go back to talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Let's see if Jeffrey Epstein comes up in here, because there was a guy last night. I actually liked the guy. There was a guy, it looked like he was sitting in a limousine, and he had on some mirrored sunglasses, and he was talking a lot about Jeffrey Epstein. He was talking an awful lot about Jeffrey Epstein. Now let's see what news we can find today. Thailand, Cambodia border clashes, live artillery and rockets fired. What to know about the clash between Thailand and Cambodia? So they're having a war. Let's see. Deputy AG Blanche meets for a second day about Ghislaine Maxwell. Congressman Robert Garcia believes Ghislaine Maxwell met with Trump DOJ seeking a pardon. Oh, so they want to... You see, that's kind of funny that Trump pardoned everybody else, but he didn't pardon Ghislaine Maxwell and I believe she's in prison, and he didn't do anything with her. Police searched for a suspect after shooting on the University of New Mexico campus, leaving one dead. Woman put a water fountain with a camera in her yard. Here are 26 photos of regular visitors. Wrongfully imprisoned Maryland man who spent 32 years behind bars sues former authorities. If you see this message, your Amazon account is under attack. I guess everybody's going to see that. Hulk Hogan's horrific final weeks were riddled with health bouts. Feud between former God brothers fueled Thailand-Cambodia war. First deportation flights depart from Florida's Alligator Alcatraz. So they are deporting people as we speak. So Donald is building prisons, and it sounds like he's willing to build a lot more prisons if people don't leave. Galaxy Z Flip 7, Fold 7, and Watch 8 hit the shelves with deals too good to pass up. Let's see. Hulk Hogan's villainous turn changed pro wrestling. They must be talking about when he went to the dark side of whatever it was he was doing. Trump signs new order to clarify college athletes' employment status amid NIL chaos. Now, what my understanding always was is that college students were supposed to be students and not professionals in college. And now Congress has raised this issue, and they've been doing it for a long time, that the college student athletes are there more for the money. And so they have really good players that are in college for several years because some of the colleges make a whole lot of money while they're attending college. And so Congress has said that the sports players should be on the payroll of the college and they're making that much money for them. But yet a lot of them struggle and suffer in silence related to their scholarships. And then if they get hurt, they don't have any help either. That's my understanding, that if a college player gets hurt, they have absolutely no help. So they're basically at risk the whole time they're in college. So if they get some broken legs and broken limbs, their professional career is absolutely over, most likely, because of the fact that when they get hurt, they have no future. So once you get hurt with something, that means that part of your body, you're never going to recover. I mean, you can recover and feel better, but if you keep falling on that same injury over and over again, you're reopening and recracking that injury because it's already been weakened once at one time, so you're just going to make it worse. I mean, that makes sense to me because I had an injury of passing out from heat exhaustion, and then I fell on it about 2 years later, and then it caused a whole lot of pain in my back area. Now, it's a part in my back that I fell when I was younger as well. And so it's like, and it just feels like re-injuring the same area over and over again. Well, then it causes weakness and muscle weakness. And so, anyway, I should get off of here and stop rambling because I'm really quite bored right now. I really have nothing to say, and there's nobody who wants to hear anything that I have to say. So what exactly is the First Amendment like when you get censored for telling the truth? That's what I'd like to know. When you try to talk about things and then you just get censored for your opinion on something, and you get censored from your job. That was your job. Anyway, well, I guess I just as well shut the hell up and shut the hell